Check it. All right, well, we're back up and running, guys. Let's see what happened here. Hopefully, the audio is all fixed and good. But welcome to the Sunday morning show with Chris Konkle for Chris Konkle Vlogs right here. Sorry. God, jeez. We just had to do a whole reboot, so I'm all flustered. The audio is horrible, so hopefully the audio is good. Today we're talking about Saudi Arabia, buildings in Saudi Arabia, the home of like construction. It seems is the Middle East, right? Some massive stuff going on over there, and yeah, I'd love to talk about it. Right? We have the one tower, supposed to be the tallest tower in the world, called the Jeddah Tower, which has been on hold for, geez, I don't know, for over a year, I think now. And there's okay, good, Paul, good. So I know what the problem was. It was I had to reboot no matter what. It needed a reboot. That was the what solved the problem. It had to do with every time another monitor is plugged in, a new audio driver is created for that HDMI output, right? So this is what Neil taught me, right? Hey, William, yeah, thanks. Yeah, I got the audio back. So when I plugged in the third monitor this morning, I didn't do a reboot, and it created that audio driver, and it messed it up. So it's crazy how touchy the XLR is. Like, it's definitely interesting. But yeah. Anyways, I figured it out. No, you'll just learn trial and error, right? Like what to do, what not to do. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of new buttons on the Stream Deck programmed. Yeah, Neil also was giving me some like Minnie Mouse before. That's awesome. Well, at least I got a chance to refill my coffee anyway. Yeah, today's stream is on the buildings in Saudi Arabia. Like I was saying, it's like the stuff they're building over there, like Dubai and Kuwait, even now. Especially Saudi Arabia, is incredible. They have the Neom City project. They got the Jeddah Tower, which is supposed to be the tallest tower in the world, which has been on hold, I think, for a couple years now. Don't know the whole story behind that, but we'll be taking a look at that. And yeah, so at any time anybody wants a link for any of the pages I'm talking about, just ask. I'll gladly post it in the chat live here or down in the comments in the replay. Any links at all you want, just let me know. I'll post them for you. No longer put them in the video descriptions themselves because they'll take you away from YouTube, most of them. And so yeah, you know what I mean. It's not working. Right, if that's YouTube doesn't like that. So if you gladly post them in the comments or in the chat. Interesting architecture is right. They're doing a lot of interesting things over there with building envelope and like just like buildings, like you think that building them from the ground up, you know, in the sense that like they're putting I can't explain it. So they're putting the ground on the top, right? And making like there's this one project. There's like 3 towers, and they have all been connected together at the top. And there's like a hotel resort type thing up there. There's like a pool on the edge. All this. We'll see pictures of it. It's incredible stuff, right? And it's an old country, right? They like how old, like it's been around since the beginning of time, right? Like it should be, in theory, like a leading country for architecture and design, right? But yeah, green building methods and all that, in like sustainable building is what they're it's crazy stuff going on. Massive housing projects as well, right? Like we'll see how much money they'll be putting into it. And of course, big money deals being made around the globe with Saudi Arabia at the moment in the oil field. Looks like the oil is leaving the West and returning to the East. So that's going to be an interesting transition for us, this is for sure. But we'll see what happens, right? We can only figure it out, guess what's going to happen, right? But yeah, so how is everybody? How are you this morning, Paul? How are you, William? Been catching up on videos lately, so if you see me spamming your comments at all, that's just because I try to catch up as much as I possibly can, when I have the extra time, right? The four kids, then the job, and and then trying to create a company on the side, right? It's been busy as heck, and I don't get to watch as much YouTube as I like. I don't even get to read much anymore. Everything's like audiobooks while I'm driving. That's how I get my reading in now, right? So, uh, but no, I've been learning lots too. If any extra time, I've been putting a lot of time into learning Adobe Premiere and like Illustrator Premiere and Audition even. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. That Adobe Creative Cloud is amazing. The software is incredible. I love Photoshop. I'm getting really good in Photoshop. I used to be really good in Illustrator when it first like came out 20 years ago. So it's obviously evolved, and I've been catching up with Skillshare. And if anyone's interested in Skillshare, ask me for the link. I can give you a 2 month free trial for Skillshare. So yeah, if you're interested, like Paul, if you want to check it out or whatever like that, I can give you a link. It'll give you 2 free months, and it's awesome. Yeah, you get access to all their classes, and yeah, they're really good. They're really good classes. They give you even material like source material where you can practice and stuff like that with their examples and stuff. It's really really neat. So, but yeah. So, anyways, into the stream today. We're running a little bit behind because of my audio issues, and hopefully, we could just reshare out the link real quick, as well. I'm gonna pop over to shoot, copy. Yeah, it's too bad. I hate that when that happens, right? You gotta, YouTube won't send out the link for you, right? So, darn it, that means I gotta go back on the Discord. Hopefully that the Discord doesn't screw up my audio. Yeah, because it's a butthead. Aaron, good morning, Aaron. Mr. Aaron Banks, how are you today? Just about getting. We're almost ready here. I mean, holy cow! I had some audio issues, so of course, right? Oh man, there we go. Boom. Send now. Yeah. All right. Anyways, we're good. I'm just gonna leave it up with that. I'll just post it on my Discord, and that's it for now. If anyone wants to share the link, please feel free. Anyone who gets the link later will get it anyways from the previous one. So, but yeah, how's everybody? How are you, Aaron? What's up? So the list of tallest buildings in Saudi Arabia ranks the tallest buildings in Saudi Arabia by height. The tallest building is Riyadh, is the 485-meter super tall skyscraper, Capital Market Authority Tower. Very neat. 485 meters. So times that by 3 point, or is it? Yeah, no meter. Hey Vince, how's it going? Good morning. How are you? Nice guys, nice. Yeah, I was up and my audio crashed. I had to reboot the whole system. It was great. Do you use an XLR mic, Vince? Do you use you? I know you must have a boom mic or something in there, no? Like an NTG one, or an NT one or something like that, or what are they called? The boom mics or something, eh? Yeah, man, because it's been interesting. The you know what I mean, like learning all like just oh my gosh, it was insane. I couldn't believe the learning curve with an XLR mic, but I think we got her figured out. I think anything that possibly could have gone wrong has gone wrong. So hopefully we got it ironed out, and I just have to remember to do all my checks before going live, right? So Maca Clock Royal Tower, a Fairmont hotel. So we have Fairmont hotels here as well. They're amazing, beautiful structures. They have what do we have? The Fairmont Hotel McDonald here in Edmonton downtown. It's right on the bluff. It's amazing. On the North Saskatchewan River there, right on a high peak, right on the bluff. It's beautiful. It's old, and it's really really beautiful. The work that has gone into that is it's a piece of art, is what it is. It's amazing. So, and then we have the Fairmont in Banff as well, which is another incredible building. We should do maybe I should do a stream just on Fairmont hotels. One, you know what I mean? Like they're insane. So, it is okay. USB mic. I tell you, the USB mics are much easier. That's for sure. But yeah, so I think I might be getting a package in the mail from Neil. He's sending me a mixing board, I think. And oh, thank you, Vince. Very cool. The knockdown frame, right on. Yeah, it's people are like a little nervous about it, but it's really easy if you just follow like the basic steps. You know what I mean? Steel stud, right? You put the drywall that it's set to, like for the spacers. You take your clips and you cut your tabs off, and oh, look at what we got. We got a stream bomber here. Siri is not available, love. But yeah, it's I can't wait. I have, or what is the code? You have to take it to mommy. I don't remember.
You have to do it this.
Is that it? Oh, I got it. There you go. Okay, go. I love you. Go. Yeah. Oh gosh, Vince, this summer I'm building because we have the garage now. We got bought the house or whatever. So I'm gonna be Oh man, building a nice studio in there where I could do some more stuff, right? I want to build some mock-ups and things like that, and do some how-to stuff like that, right? And explaining some of the different systems that we use, right? I think it'd be pretty cool. So, morning, Hash. How's it going, Hash Info? How are you this morning? But that garage build will be amazing. I'm excited for that. But there's a lot of work to do. So first I gotta seal it, right? Waterproof it, and then right. I got a lot of building to do. Look at this. So City Jettas. There's a lot of tallest buildings under construction. The Jetta Tower, of course, right? So it's 1,008 meters, right? So thinking about that, so 3,307. Total floor is 252, which I think is really good because it'd be more than 10 feet or so, whatever, you know what I mean, between floors. And that's always nice. The higher the ceiling in the like between the floors is shoot. Oh, it's good, right? Because they can put the mechanical stuff in them, right? I love the buildings we do that have things that are called like interstitials, where all the mechanical stuff goes in them, right? It's all above the ceiling and stuff, and it's all, you know what I mean? Maintenance has access to it and all that. It's really cool. Sealing my garage. So, what? Interesting. Oh, it will be, Vince. It's yeah. So I just been taking the time and learning all the Adobe software, Photoshop and Premiere Pro, not Photoshop. I know Photoshop, but Premiere Pro, Illustrator, and Audition and stuff like that, right? Right, killer elevators. So who is that? Shoot. Yeah, that's right. Straight concrete above your head, and they would have like the open concept, right? Where, um, right, where you would see the ductwork, the sprinklers, and all that stuff, right? So this is really neat, though. I mean, you don't really see, you don't see stuff like this around here, right? But yeah, before the stream was ready, I had everything all. I went through everything and turned off all the ads. But so yeah, the Mackay Royal Clock Tower, right? So the Mackay Royal Clock Tower building is the tallest skyscraper in Saudi Arabia. It is one of the 7 skyscrapers of Abra Al Bayt, which functions as a hotel. Yeah, it looks like a hotel. Yeah. So the clock is 1,972 feet tall, right? That's pretty cool. So opened in 2011, and yeah, Capital Market Authority headquarters. They're yeah, height. So height in meters, 601 meters, 485. Those are some big towers. Oh yeah, so sealing. I'll be sealing my garage because when the snow melted, it took on water. So I need to go back and like, unfortunately, it's already framed. Like there's no gasket between the bottom plate and the concrete, right? So I got to go in and I'm gonna have to caulk it, and um, I'm gonna I'm gonna poly and seal it. I can't really. There's not too much I could do from the other side of it because it's, for one, there's fencing, there's like a shed built on the other side and all this stuff, and you'd have to dig it out and whatever. And so I'm gonna caulk it, insulate, poly it, and then I'm gonna fur it out, right, a bit. I think is what I'm gonna do. I got some nice 6-inch heavy gauge steel, and some 3 5/8. I don't know which one I'm gonna use, but I was thinking about building like a furring wall out front as well, but properly sealing that at the bottom and everything like that, and it would be all done out of steel. So I do that everywhere I could, and then I was gonna do a box beam kind of header things for lighting, cameras, like rigging and stuff like that, like super strong bulk box beams, right? And it'll be awesome. So I got a pretty big idea here, pretty big plan. It should be a lot of fun. It's a nice big space. It's a big garage, so it's a 2-car, 2-story. It's really nice garage. So I'm gonna yeah, it's gonna be awesome. It'll be the Cronies Media Studio, right? Is what I'm gonna call it, right? Cronies Media Studio. So yeah, I would. It would be nice if there was some kind of gasket or caulking underneath the bottom plate between the concrete, the pad, but that's not always the case, right? So yeah, I don't. It's crazy. They took on water, and apparently everyone takes on water in the neighborhood. So, yeah, that's shoddy building in my opinion, right? Yeah, Lucky's right. I got huge space, so this room here is massive to begin with, right? So, uh, yeah, it's gonna be Vince. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's 75K garage. Yeah, right. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, well, we just bought the house before the winter, so when we moved in, I you know what I mean, like, it was winter, it was cold, so we never got to do anything. We actually ended up there was a lot of stuff just stuffed in the garage for the springtime to figure out, and I just been organizing everything, and I'll probably go out there again after the stream and do some more organizing. And I want to do a live stream, a test stream, but I can't yet. I need to get that router so I can get the Wi-Fi signal in the garage, and then I can go live from my phone using Streamlabs, right? So you can still go live from your phone by using Streamlabs on it, right? So try to figure that one out, YouTube, right? Like they stumped everybody for what, like a day, which I like the reason why they did it. I do. It's just too bad for like serious creators, right? And I'm one of them, right? Like I couldn't go live from their mobile app anymore, right? But I do appreciate what they're doing. I really do, because we do need to figure that out. People shouldn't be able to go live, just anybody. Like there should be some responsibility there, right? Like you should be. People don't respect that, right? The responsibility end of it. Oh, so this is actually the green buildings in Saudi Arabia and their impact, right? So Saudi Arabia, really leading in art and science, is amazing. city, or country, sorry. They're like the new tech giant of the world, right? So you can expect more and more from them. They're wanting to build. Um, yep, yep. The phone. All you need is to install Streamlabs on it. Yep, yep. So yeah, that was awesome. I'm glad that Wheelrow got that figured out too. He was live last night, which is awesome. Yeah, yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah. I can't believe what happened. Like the guy going live on Facebook while doing some that bad stuff. Like it just yeah, it's just not right, man. Fucking messed up, really messed up. Sorry, I'm trying to keep this is the Sunday PG-13 or whatever stream. So, yeah, I try not to swear or anything like that. But yeah, so so Integra Part in Vision 2030. So this Vision 2030 is like a plan that they have. And it's going to transform Saudi Arabia from an oil dependent country to one who is self sufficient in other ways, right? Same thing what happened here in Edmonton and is still happening here in Edmonton. Like for the longest time, Edmonton and Alberta really was a oil dependent province. But now we're dependent on like the health and science and and the tech is coming, right? So health science and tech, all that kind of research, but big time health research here in Edmonton, right? Attracting a lot of people. It's amazing. So I like what they've been doing and the buildings that they've been doing. Like man, as the buildings I've done with them, like it's incredible, right? This place is amazing. So I could just imagine with the amount of money that they have over there, what's going on, right? So it's both an art and science. Architecture has been there probably for as long as man existed, continuously evolving to adapt to the human ever-changing needs. In the present day, most of the world is increasingly realizing how crucial it is to find a common ground between eco-friendly practices and the construction and architecture industries. A notable example of that is the rapidly growing industries of clean energy and green buildings in Saudi Arabia. The concept of green buildings, also known as green architecture, is all about constructing modern buildings that are both environment friendly and self sustaining through many practices. So, a lot of countries around the world have been adopting this concept as a part of the global movement towards a better environment. Yeah, right? Downfall of oil prices, blah, blah, blah. So, policies and programs like white land taxes and imposing VAT, you know, yeah, standards, lead certified, lead registered. There's another one in Europe, right? So, global, no, so here's actually other ones: Global Methane Initiative, the Carbon Dioxide Initiative, and the Innovation Initiative. I was going to say the initiative, right? So, hey, what's happening? Hello there, Aeola G. It's like eulogy. That's awesome. Good morning. How's it going? So okay, so here's one right here. So Sustainable Houses Forum, launched on May 14th, 2018. So yeah, right. Sustainability, quality, and evaluation system. So, which aims at setting standards for the development and evaluation of green buildings in the kingdom. So for housing, right? The Big Five Saudi. It's an event. Well, 13,000 visitors, 280 international exhibitors from 20 countries. Oh, look at this. See, so the Neom City. Oh, what's this one here? Qiddiya City, the world's biggest entertainment city to be, in addition to other under construction major projects like the promising Prince Abdulaziz bin Musaid Economic City. Man, I just try to say it like how it looks, but I know there's some silent words in there. But yeah, I mean no disrespect by mis pronouncing the words. I want to see what this is, Qiddiya City, right? Because I know Neom City is pretty amazing, right? Like, it's like the big smart city, like I was talking about, right? The Google Sidewalk Labs type thing, but a major, massive city. It's gonna be like hold 50,000 people or something like that, right? So this is Qiddiya, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia's preeminent entertainment, sports, and cultural destination. So, is that 8 million people living in Riyadh? A giga project, right? So not mega, giga projects. Ooh, that's a term. Right? Giga projects. Check that out, right? Let's see. No, there's not really any media center. Wow, not very big on pictures, is it? Wow, the top 10 amazing places in Saudi Arabia. So this gives you an idea of the direction, right? So that they have come from, okay, and where
Top
they're
10
going.
most amazing places in Saudi Arabia. Number 10. Rock carving sites. Rock carving sites are the amazing historical places in the Saudi Arabia. These two places, Juba and Shuemas, are known for the rocky archaeological site with many carvings that fascinate everyone who visits this place. The things carved on these stones and rocks depict how people used to spend their lives in the early times. Number 9. Albatul Marine. The water block
Neat, eh?
is the most
That's so
entertaining
neat.
thing to do when it comes to Albatul Marine in Saudi Arabia. With
I'm
the
just gonna
upthrust of water,
post the
you
link
get to
out a
fly
little
up
bit.
high in the air due to high pressure while the surroundings looks extremely beautiful. Number 8. Dumat al Jundal.
Oh.
Dumat al Jundal is another interesting place in the province Al Jawf. Almost 37 kilometers away from that has a beautiful mud building just like a castle, which is called as Fort Giant. The name Dumat al Jundal is derived from the phrase Duma of stone, because it was the place occupied by the renowned people in the ancient times. However, the fort is built at the height of 2,000 feet on the territory of Saudi Arabia. Number 7. Median Saleh. Having keen interest in archaeological studies?
Check this
Looking
out.
for a place where you
Like-
can learn about great historical aspects and civilizations? Well, here's the right suggestion for you. Yes, Median Saleh is one of the part and parcel archaeological sites in Saudi Arabia and has royal monument with good description. History tells that this place used to have fresh water and it attracted many settlers who later started carving, remodeling, and drilling the wells at this rocky place.
Right.
Number 6.
Running water.
King's
basically.
Fountain. King's Fountain is one of the best places in Saudi Arabia, and it is extremely fascinating because it is the world's tallest fountain in city of Jeddah. The jet propels water to the height of 853 meters. Located at the Red Sea, the beautiful fountain is one of the attractive places which are visible from most of the places
853
within the city.
meters. It shoots that water.
Number
Isn't that,
5.
That's incredible.
Al
Like,
Tayyibat International City, Jeddah. Al Tayyibat International City, situated in city Jeddah,
look
is
at
the hub of attraction in
intricacy,
Saudi
though, right? The
Arabia
work,
for many
the artwork.
foreigners
I love the
who
older
are fascinated by
architecture.
its architecture and crafts. It is basically a museum where attractive items are displayed that depicts the past culture of Saudi Arabia. Number 4. Kingdom Tower. The world's tallest building fascinates many of the visitors from all around the world, being
That's
the
not even
superb, slender,
Built yet, I don't
tallest
think. I
building
think this
known
is
as
the Jeddah
Kingdom
Tower,
in Jeddah, Saudi
right?
Arabia.
They call it the Jeddah
Kingdom
Tower
Tower is
or
the
Kingdom
building for
Tower.
which the architects
not
have
built
decided
yet?
to make it taller by just 1 kilometer more. so that it makes
One-
the world record.
1 kilometer more.
Number 3. Royal Saudi Air Force Museum,
Yeah,
Riyadh,
right.
Saudi
Check out
government.
this.
With
Look
a
at this
beautiful
stuff.
green dome structure, this mosque is open for various services,
That's a huge
including
mosque.
learning and worship. Also called as the House of God, is one of the most
Wow.
sacred places in the world from
Isn't
the
that
world
crazy?
for pilgrims.
So it's different, right? Like that's the old style, and they're like this new stuff they have is crazy, right? So look at this $10 billion city on the sand. This is Neom City, I believe. This is an article on that. For over 50 years, Saudi Arabia has depended on oil to power its economy, but in recent years, the kingdom has looked for new ways to diversify away from petroleum and create jobs. The Saudi Arabian government has been working in recent years to transform hundreds of square miles of desert into new cities. Wow, right? Oh, no, this is the King Abdul Financial District, right? Zup, hey, Hybrid Steel, how's it going, man? Have to do you play the game Anthem? Look at this. Okay, so this King Abdullah Financial District, okay, KAFD, north of Riyadh, is $10 billion. This is the one I think that'll house like 50,000 people. But look, designed by architecture firm Henning Larsen, 17.2 million square foot master plan, 60 residential, office and retail towers, several schools, parking garages, medical clinic, civic buildings, and 3 hotels, right? 60 residential office and retail towers, 60 towers, 17.2 million square feet. Think about that for a second. I think the largest, well, no, I mean, I've done a couple million square feet, I guess, but 17.2 million square feet is a lot. Oh, I got you, Hybrid Steel. I got you. Yeah, it's quite a pricey game, actually. I would say the price is really high. Yeah, I had to buy 2 licenses I bought me and Ben one, and it was over $200, or like around the $200 mark, but it was just like over $200 Canadian, right? That's crazy, right? That's an expensive game. But you can see, right? These are really common now. The bottom, see how the bottom is here, right? I've done now 1, 2, 3 of these sort of type of things. Like I've only worked in the first buildings of them, which is funny. But so there's Icon Towers 1 and 2, and Fox 1 and 2, and Illuminati or whatever. But even now, the Stantec and Marriott buildings, right? The biggest buildings in Edmonton now were built like this. So they're joined at the bottom like this with other retail and other stuff, right? So it's really interesting. I should do a stream just on the downtown Edmonton and the new arena and stuff that we're building here, but we're not done it yet. I'm kind of waiting for it to be complete, and then I'll play it. But like I was saying, I got some pictures. I was up on the slab edge at 20 floors up, on a baker, tied off, of course, but and took the yeah, I know, right, Vince? I remember when, the arcades was like a quarter, right? Like, it's insane. I just skip most of the time, man. But I love Borderlands 3. You bet I'm getting that one. Yeah, Ben and I have both. That's probably our favorite series. It's the Borderlands series. I love that game. I love Borderlands. Absolutely love it. One Plaza's okay, of course. Mosque, of course. But look, so there's LRT in there, right? Yeah, LRT. Escalators outside, like the weather, right? It's so like beautiful weather, right? But look at this. This is incredible. It's really something. These renderings are amazing, and they're gonna just gonna look like that, right? Like that's how they're building things now. It's crazy. The entire project is expected to cost over $10 billion. Around $8 billion has already been spent. Wow. Business hub. that will lure financial and law firms, banks, and the kingdom's stock exchange and capital market authority, which is currently headquartered in Riyadh. But it's beautiful. Oh, very cool, Hybrid Steel. Yeah, definitely. I'll be watching that for sure. Borderlands 3. Yeah, I can't wait for that to come out. Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a really good one. I cannot believe how many tower cranes and other cranes they have going in like when you search Saudi Arabia construction on Google and go to the photographs, it's insane. All the cranes. Like look at this. Boom, 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 boom. Look at the cranes. Like that's just insane, guys. Like it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cranes. Okay, so at one point I counted 20 in Edmonton. From sitting like on the river edge looking down, I counted 20 cranes at one time. It was incredible. It was like 2006 or 7. It was amazing. That was incredible. Majorly expensive is right. But it's crazy how much oil brings in the money. Like it's incredible. Like I was saying, Edmonton is an oil city, right? And the stuff that we do in construction here is insane. The stuff we're building here is insane. I try to cover a lot of the projects on I do have a playlist with some of the videos, and I only do it in the summer. I'm not really interested in walking around in the winter time to shoot these things, but in the summer I'll go around and I'll do some more. So I'll do another series this summer of buildings that we've put up. I think that like a lot of those videos actually too, like I had 12 videos removed from YouTube like a long time ago when I first started. So a lot of those videos actually disappeared too. So I can do a reshoot of some of them as well. Maybe instead of building out their city to look impressive, they could improve quality of life to the surrounding areas. There's huge discount. Yeah, I know there is. You're right. There is a huge disconnect. Hey, what do you think of the merch, Hybrid Steel? Got the Creator Chaos merch in the mail. It came so quick. Like I think it came in less than a week, right? And it came from Germany. It's crazy, right? But the sweater is amazing. Actually, it's probably the nicest sweater I own now. It's really cool. It's good quality. I can't remember the actual one I got, but it's really good. So the Saudi government also said in 2016 that it will offer visa exemptions for foreigners working in the KAFD. Some of the kingdom's strict social codes, including one requiring women to wear dark robes, will be relaxed. I think women can drive now in Saudi Arabia, which is which is good, right? But like this is crazy. The codes and stuff like that is a little intense, if you ask me, right? Like, they're really intense. But look at this, right? So this is the financial center here, KAFD. So they're building this whole neighborhood all at once, basically. It's incredible. Just think about that for a second, right? They're building this whole thing all at once, basically, eh? Like it's incredible. And look at they got the ring road all around it already. So that you know what I mean? Like that's smart. Major highway here, access here. That's really well thought out. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Actually, I could just close some of these down. Yeah, sustainable building development in Saudi Arabia, an overview. So this is interesting, actually. Do you know, according to the World GBC, so that's the Global Status Report for 2017, buildings and construction together contribute to 36% of global energy usage and 39% of carbon dioxide emissions in the world. So buildings and construction, okay, contribute to 36% of global energy usage and 39% of carbon dioxide emissions in the world. So, some of the things that we've talked about with the building cladding that cleans the air and stuff like that, right? The net zero buildings. That's going to be a lot of that's all of these buildings are going to be net zero, right? Like they're self-sustaining, and they'll help clean the air, right? Instead of polluting it. Construction itself is improving as well, right? The more we use different processes for building, we can reduce waste and emissions by a lot, right? So of course, look at the spike, right? Of course, it's the same everywhere. It's a global responsibility now, right? So challenges in adoption of sustainable development practices in Saudi Arabia, lack of public awareness, of course, heavy electricity subsidies, longer period for return on investment, high capital investment, lack of regulations for sustainable development. This is like, this is the problem here, right? The regulations. Not enough testing is being done. Not enough stuff is being forced, right? It's crazy, right? The greatest barrier to sustainable building development is the lack of clear regulations about the same. In Saudi Arabia, stakeholders find no detailed building codes or guidelines to help them plan an effective process. So the more we connect everything together through the BIM software and the cloud, the better, right? So you know what I mean? The more we share information with each other, right? Before, the game was keeping information from your competitors, but now it's sharing, right? You got to share to grow, and that's because for the end user, right? For the customer or whatever, right? The people, right? You have to grow, right? One of my biggest pet peeves right now in construction, and it's so true. A guy that I was working with last week, he mentioned it, and it made me remember, think about it, right? Before, construction companies used to make a lot of money because they took on the full liability, right? If anything happened, then you were covered or whatever, right? They take responsibility. But now, with all this codes, with all the legislation in place and all this stuff now, and all these policies, the liability is now on the workers, us. But you don't see us getting paid anymore. If anything, we're getting paid less for more responsibility, and the companies are still making the same or more, and margins might be a little bit lower nowadays, but it's still out of whack, if you ask me. You know what I mean? It's one of the major reasons why I'm just so done working in that business. I'd like to talk about it. I like to do as much as I can to help change it into a positive, make positive changes in it, right? In an industry I love very much, but I've become so jaded now that my heart's not in it. I just it's just there's a lot of things I'd like to see improved. It's a gong show nowadays. But this right here. Oh, so top 5 tallest buildings in Saudi Arabia. Hey, Patty Broussard. How are you? Good morning. So glad you could join us. Thank you. You like the hoodie? Yeah, I love it, actually. It's really comfy. It's a really nice hoodie. So 302.3 meters. So was this Kingdom Center? Yeah. Yeah, it's just music on this one, I'm sure. But look at the lights, eh? The night lights. Number 4, we have KAFD, so that's the Financial District, World Trade Center, right? So that's the center thing. This cladding is that type of cladding there that I'm talking about, cleaning the air type of, right? With I don't know. We talked about it on one of the streams. That material is awesome. Oh, Yeah, you got a sweater too. Oh yeah, they're really nice. 307.9 meters. This is Berge Raphael. Berge Raphael. Capital Market Authority headquarters. So yeah, this is an interesting building too. It's right in the same district, the financial district. So the financial district has two of the tallest buildings. This is cladding too. Even all of this cladding, you see it, all of it, it scrubs the air. Oh, Mackay Royal Clock Tower. I was gonna say if they say Jeddah Tower, it's not even done yet. But yeah, look at this, right? So that's a big hotel. That's a Fairmont hotel. Even the Royal, I think it's the Royal York Hotel in right downtown Toronto, across the street from oh my God, it's the big train station, Front Street, and right at the bottom of Yonge Street there, and what the hell is that big one called there now? Anyways, it's a big train station in Toronto. It's like the main headquarters. How come I can't remember what it's called? Grand Station or something. I think that's new. I don't know. Eddie, good morning, Eddie. Did you guys have a good dinner last night? That was nice. You guys got to get out with Grandpa and everybody, eh? Look at this. World's tallest building is delayed again. Opening of Saudi Arabia's $2 billion, 3,300 foot Jeddah Tower is pushed back to 2019. So this is funny. Okay, so this article here is from not last year, May 2017. Okay, so no, of course, Eddie, absolutely. I'll be watching for you guys too. Your link as well. You tell Christina and the fam that we said hello and we love you guys so much. And yeah, we wish you all the best. Thank you for stopping in and saying hi, my man. Andrew H21, checkered flag is in the air by Andrew H21. Hit that like button, he says. I like that. Hit the like button. Good morning, Andrew. How are you this fine Sunday morning? So this is an old article, guys. All right. Look at the rendering, right? The completion date for the world's tallest tower is being pushed back to 2019, Saudi Arabian billionaire said yesterday. Almost 6 years after launching the record-breaking project, okay? Yeah, Andrew, you bet. Thank you. So here's the history of the Jeddah Tower. Once dubbed Kingdom Tower, the 170-story building is to rise more than a kilometer, almost 3,300 feet, surpassing Dubai's Burj Khalifa as the world's highest building. It will feature a hotel, apartments, and offices. Prince Al Walid first announced plans for the tower in August 2011, saying it would take 36 months to build after the start of construction. By November 2014, a 4-story foundation was in place, and Prince Al Walid said the building would be finished in 2018. But that was before the kingdom felt the full force of a drop in oil revenues. In November 2015, Kingdom Holding said Jeddah Economic Company had reached a financing deal with Saudi Arabia's Alinma Investment to finish the Jeddah Tower, which then had 26 floors. Now the project has been pushed back to the end of 2019. So it's been empty for a while. Here's a CNN article. This is also
it's savoring every bite.
This is just from this last year, I think. January 2018. So January last year. Right? Look at the renderings, though. That's good to hear, Andrew. Brandon's still here. Yeah, of course, yeah. Brandon. Look at the idea, right? Like, this is beautiful. It's like the coming to the tower in, you know, whatchamacallit, the Never Ending Story or something like that, right? That big tall tower, you know, it's beautiful.
Northern outskirts through unprecedented.
So what do we got going on here? 1 square meter. There's that I can't believe that fountain
Saudi
shoots.
Arabia is going through unprecedented
1,000 feet in
economic change. And nowhere is that more evident than Jeddah, the country's commercial capital. Here in the northern outskirts, a vivid expression of the city's future vision and rapid expansion. Jeddah Tower, soon to be the tallest building in the world. Once completed, it'll reach a staggering height of 1 kilometer.
This tower is really going to reposition the city along with the
Can you
with
imagine
project
being in the
around it.
tower crane on that baby?
Jeddah Tower will anchor
like
a
4 or 5
completely
cranes
new
set up
mixed-use district of the city. A striking centerpiece costing in excess of $1.4 billion, designed to attract tourists and business. With more than 250 floors and over 31,000 glass panels, it's designed as an aerodynamic 3-sided shard.
There's a bit of work
We're
for
going
you,
up to
Dan
28 to
Soderholm,
start.
eh?
We make our way up this monster of a building and stop on the 28th floor. The tower will include hotel rooms, office, and residential spaces.
It's
All these buildings will
massive.
be looking at the tower. In fact, the rent of the buildings overlooking the tower is more expensive than the
Yeah,
rent
right,
inside the
Vince?
tower.
This is a unique vantage point. We're 60 floors up in a crane basket, and besides the tower, there's not a lot around us. But in 10 years' time, this will be the heart
I
of the
didn't get to
Jeddah
fix up my
economic city.
camera this morning.
Two of the project's most prominent backers, billionaire Prince Al-Walid bin
Yeah.
Talal and Bakr bin Laden, chairman of the
Bloody
construction
hell.
company,
I love
are
it.
caught up in the kingdom's biggest anti-corruption purge.
Right?
Al-Walid's Kingdom Holding would not comment on the investigation, and the bin Laden group could not be reached.
The Bin
But
Laden
the
group.
developer, Jeddah Economic Company, says Jeddah Tower will now be completed as planned by 2020.
By
Like
2020.
in every city, you know, after money, after power, you want
So it's
strength.
back
after
on.
strength, you want to establish something, leave something for the world.
If all goes to plan, Jeddah Tower will be an extravagant
There's still a
illustration
lot of
of the
dirt
major economic
around that
change
building.
ahead for this conservative kingdom. John Defterios, 1 square meter, Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
I'm glad it's still I'm glad it's on again because I love it. I look at above the clouds, higher than the clouds, man. It's like the elevator to the moon, right? Who's building that? Is that China building the elevator to the moon? Look at this, the potential, right? It's all dirt right now. Oh man, there's a lot of work over there, eh? No shortage. Wow. What a the stuff they do is incredible, guys. Like the stuff they do. Yeah, okay, so Brandon's cool. Brandon, that's a good question, yeah. Oh my, look at this. 432 Park Avenue, the tallest all-residential tower in the Western Hemisphere, opened its doors in December 2015. Recently became the 100th super tall building in the world. It's incredible, eh? Could you imagine being that high up above New York? That's incredible. Fireworks, yeah. Wow. What a sight, right? The buildings are look at the stuff we're building now, right? Gosh. Wow. I'll do an update video of Stantec Tower as well, and the Marriott towers here in Edmonton. They're all done. They're already at the top. They're not all done, but they're up. The floors are done, so the concrete's done, the glazing's done, the glass is all in. So they're working on the inside. And look at this, beautiful. And yeah, so I'll go down and shoot some more video of it. Right? It's amazing stuff. This is an interesting This is an interesting video. It doesn't necessarily have to do with Saudi Arabia, but I'm gonna just copy that link. I'll post it in the Discord for later because it's a little on the long side, but it's an interesting concept, right? Maybe we'll play a bit.
What is a high rise? It's a building with stories.
Building with many stories.
A lot of stories too inside. Or many high rises have a lot of stories, and ours surely have a lot of stories. I'm going to tell some stories. Fred is going to tell some stories
later. See if I can jump ahead to.
And Tom Dixon. Some stories connecting at the top.
Stop. Oh, so see this building here. I'm basically to sum this video up for you guys real quick. So this guy's talking about how we're changing how we build things. Okay, this is those 3 buildings that I was talking about earlier, connected at the top. Okay, we traditionally think of the ground on the ground, right? So building from the ground up or the top down or whatever. And now, will VCG Construction can do a tool test on tool-sponsored NASCARs ever? Tool-sponsored NASCARs, that's cool. Look at the pool, right? There is a shot where, if I can find it, this is neat too. The chart buddy has here. Oh, come on. Whatever. Anyways. Opening the high-rise bottom up, right? So these different concepts: twist, spiral, shift, cloud, step, layers, and slice. So that's the different layouts, right? That I like it. Designing the high-rise bottom up. So that's what they're calling this, okay? And I like it, right? This is another one they're building. This is in Toronto, I think they're building this one. But you can see the concept. See how they're shifty and spirally and twisty and things like that. They're not square, right? And I love it how they have all the bottoms now are being connected as well, right? Like with shops and all kinds of stuff, right? I've seen hair salons and all this stuff, right? So it's really neat to be living in those things, right? Yeah, look at here. I can't really see it, but it's really neat stuff. Right. They're using all of it, right? Like the biophilic design and like the sustainable building, right? Like the different panelings, like solar panels that they're using, like the stuff in the glass that absorbs solar energy. These buildings are literally gonna like run themselves and help clean the air instead of pollute so much, right? It's pretty neat stuff. We've talked about the different claddings before. That's just crazy stuff. Riyadh, this is right. So this is where the Capital Market Authority Tower is, 385 meters. Opened 2019, I guess. So it might be just opening, or if it just opened, I'm not sure. But yeah, look at these. I like this 56 high rise, 50 skyscraper, 60 low rise. These are neat lists, actually. You can look up different cities and different buildings and stuff like that through them. It's really neat. Buildings in Saudi Arabia by city, right? Oh, this is neat. Yeah, these are just pictures. Mohammed Bauer. This is trading company main office. Some trading company. Wow. Ah, that's different. It's like what is it? I can't read that writing, but it's a little different, right? Ferrari, of course, Ferrari, right? Well, that's old country, right? Neat. Rented cars. Look at the Mercedes, Audi, BMW, Tesla right there in the front. Like that. See how old that country is, right? It's incredible. Look at these. Look at this. I love it. Look at the electrical poles, everything. That's wild. Ain't that something, eh? So they've come quite a far way, right? You would expect them to be leaders in architecture, or at least you'd hope so, right? Like, especially with all that oil money. Holy cow. But yeah, these structures, how long have they been standing, right? Hundreds of years, right? Yeah, that's pretty quite crazy. And they like literally like those buildings that are carved into the side of the mountains are amazing. This is a wall that they were building, a 600-mile Great Wall to shield itself from the ISIS guys. So yeah, it's just another wall. It's 600 miles. So from Kuwait to Turaf, it separates Saudi Arabia from Iraq. Look at that. Radar detection ranges, pedestrian slow moving, 18-kilometer pedestrian detection range. Wow. Light vehicles 22 kilometers, trucks 36, light aircraft 27 kilometers away, low-level helicopter 36 kilometers, underground movement sensors that trigger silent alarms. The network 1,450,000 meters of fiber optic cable connects C2 centers to Ministry of Interior. Surveillance for reconnaissance vehicles. Wow, 10 units, each fitted with Spexer radar, video, thermal, and night vision cameras. 240 rapid response vehicles. Response stations equipped with helipads, barriers, twin chain link fences with razor wire, 100 millimeters apart, or 100 meters, apart, separated by concertina fence, sand beams, embankments designed to slow infiltrators. Wow. 40 watchtowers equipped with Airbus Spexer. Airbus. Oh, now I get it. Airbus, anyways. The satellite, right? Spexer 2000 radars, day-night cameras, 7 command and control C2 centers, 38 separate communication towers, and 32 military response stations. Wow, that's huge. So this is obviously I'm not. Oh shoot, I'm not gonna show that. But that was an attack that they had from the bad guys, and they built the fence. I thought the next one was it, but this is crazy. A $10 billion refinery deal with China. So that's what I'm saying. The oil the money is going to be back. Heat is going to the east now, instead of being here in the west. I think so. Things are shifting, right? Russia, China, Saudi Arabia, they're getting really close. So together, right? We'll see how that is for our economy in the long run, right? But yeah, Russia tried to sign contract the century for next generation heavy helicopter. But yeah, $10 billion. It's like a Saudi Aramco and Chinese companies have signed an agreement to develop a joint refining and petrochemical complex worth more than US $10 billion. Refining and petrochemical complex, right? It's pretty wild. That's a lot of money, man. 10 billion. Could you imagine? Right? Interesting. Moves forward after delays. Yeah, we got that. So look at this right here. Saudi Arabia to invest 500 billion in fully automated cities spanning 3 countries. Holy cow. So look at that. Those are solar panels, right? City spanning 3 countries. So 500 robots may outnumber humans in a new pioneering city built by Saudi Arabia as a new blueprint for sustainable life, which would be entirely powered by renewable energy and served by driverless vehicles and vertical farms. The city, called Neom, is to span an area of 10,000 square miles, stretching across the borders of northwest Saudi Arabia into Jordan and Egypt. It is designed to operate as an independent economic trade zone with its own laws and is to become the first private business zone to span 3 countries. So think about that, right? Private business zone. Ooh, interesting, right? Saudi Arabia will pump $500 billion. So that's 300. Is that 383 billion pounds, right? From its sovereign wealth fund, the public investment fund, into 9 key investment sectors in the city: energy and water, mobility, biotech, food, technological and digital sciences, advanced manufacturing, media, and entertainment. Wow. Yes, you too, Patty. Thank you for popping in. Have a great Sunday, right? And we'll see you on Tuesday for sure. And I'm not sure if I got like a lot of notifications on YouTube. I'm not sure if. Okay, so Rue, I know like from Rue. Okay, that's good. Good stuff, guys. Thanks for coming, Patty. Very, very nice having you always. It's a pleasure. Look at the panels. Like this is pretty wild, right? So independent business district is it's pretty. This is pretty interesting. Like look at this, right? Saudi Arabia. This is the what's her name? Eve, I think, or no, not Eve. Anyways, so related story. Saudi Arabia becomes the first country to grant citizenship to a robot. Just forget the robot's name. Darn it. But we have seen her. We did look at her in one of the streams, right? So that's the city of Neom, right? This right here, the Oil Research Center. I'll show you some actual pictures of it. It's really cool. Humanoid robot. Wow, that's neat. Look. Oh, that's a really cool building too. It's archaeology. That's funny, man. Yeah, Brandon, you bet. Thanks for popping in. Nice to see you, my man. Very nice to see you. We'll see you up on the Discord, or we'll see you on the next stream for sure, my man. Right on, bro. Wow. So metro. Oh, that's a metro station. Oh, the airport terminal that we built here in Edmonton is incredible too. I have to cover that, and shoot, some of the LRT stuff, like the transit stuff that we're building, is incredible, right? So, I love it. The Kingdom Tower, right? So, is this? I think this is the same tower, right? Shard Builders to construct world's tallest skyscraper. Oh no, this is London Shard skyscraper, right? But it's incredible. I do have some pictures of that oil research thing here anyways. But yeah, so they are building a nuclear plant, a nuclear power plant as well. Something about, I don't know, like ignoring rules or something like that, international rules, whatever. So site of nuclear reactor. Oh, it's a research facility. Wow. City for King Abdulaziz City for Science and Technology. So, it's a Riyadh site of nuclear reactor. So it's a research facility. I thought it was like a power plant or reactor type thing, right? Or So that's always scary when people mess around with nuclear power, right? Like it's a scary thought. So satellite images show buildings of first Saudi nuclear reactor. Wow, eh? So Google satellite. That's amazing, eh? Google spy satellite. Oh man, that's awesome. Oh man, that's incredible. So Saudi Arabia close to building first nuclear reactor despite not signing up to international safeguards. So that's what I was getting to. Oh goodness. Oh yeah, this is. I'm not gonna play this whole video either, but this is neat too. Just first, Saudi Arabia went from this, right? 1980. Look at this, Riyadh. Look at that, 1980. Okay, it's like, looks like, you know. Wow, right? Isn't that incredible? So 30, almost 40 years later, 40 years in development, right? Look at the size of the buildings, right? Look at it. 40 years it took them. Hey, right on, Jace. No, not the whole thing. We're just kind of checking out the last few pages here. But yeah, man. Glad you made it back, bud. Sorry I had to reboot earlier. Yeah, the audio issues again. Darn it. That's always a major bummer. But it's beautiful. It's really neat. 15-minute long video. Let's jump. 80 billion. There's more projects, right? Oh my goodness. And then, yeah, look at the future plan right here, right? It's like, I don't see any football stadiums or anything, right? But they are going to be building film studios and things like that, though, I think. All right, so they're going to try to attract the wow, look at that, guys. Whoa. Kingdom Tower will be part of the Jeddah economic product. But yeah, look at this, like, beautiful rendering. The mega city will cost 20 billion. It's desert right now, right? Like it's a desert right now. But yeah, it's going to be incredible. I hope they do it. I hope they can pull it off, right? This is incredible stuff. That's like Palm Island, right, guys? Have you seen Palm Island, the city that they made shaped like a palm? Like, look at the water shape, right? Like they shaped the. I love it. I just love it how they shape the sand in the islands and stuff like that they make, right? It's incredible. All right, Disney, haha, Disney. Yeah, bringing the mall back. Bringing the mall back. That's hilarious. Yeah, water. That's beautiful. More water. That's beautiful. Yeah, love it. Look at that trail. Look at that rail system. That's awesome. Wow, that is really cool. That's all music though. 200,000 residents will live in the new city. So 200,000 residents. It's pretty neat, eh? Oh, will Saudi Arabia fail or succeed? The NEOM, sorry, I think it's NEOM City Project, right?
Was born from the ambition of Saudi Arabia's Vision 2030 plan, which seeks to reduce Saudi Arabia's dependence on oil, diversify its economy, and develop public service sectors. NEOM is the world's first zone to extend across 3 countries, stretching its borders into neighboring Jordan and Egypt.
Amazing.
But is this gigantic project likely to materialize? I'm Kasim, this is KJ Vids, and in this video we will look at Saudi Arabia's plans to build the NEOM city. In October 2017, Saudi's Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman announced plans to build a new city on the Red Sea coast, which has been named NEOM. NEOM's landmass will extend across the Egyptian and Jordanian borders, rendering NEOM the first private zone to span 3 countries. The project will be backed by more than $500 billion over the coming years by Saudi Arabia. According to Al Arabiya, the first 3 characters Neo come from the Latin word which means new. The 4th character M is the abbreviation of the Arabic word Mustaqbal, which means future. The city is located in the northwest of the kingdom and includes a bridge spanning the Red Sea, connecting the proposed city to Egypt and the rest of Africa. The 26,500 square kilometer zone will focus on industries including energy and water, biotechnology, food, advanced manufacturing, technological and digital sciences, tourism, media
garage?
and entertainment.
Right? With this.
All sectors are strategically designed to attract international investment and all part of a grand push to diversify Saudi's oil-centric economy. Adjacent to the Red Sea and the Gulf of Aqaba and near maritime trade routes that use the Suez Canal, the zone will power itself solely with wind power and solar energy. The Prince said that NEOM will operate independently from the existing governmental framework, with investors consulted at every...
Right? Is that amazing? Think about that. It'll have its own rules, its own laws. It'll operate as an independent business district, right? It's crazy. Yeah, Aramco, eh? What a, wow. Could you imagine that? Like, that money that guy has, like, that company is incredibly huge, right? So, oh yeah, check this out. See, a female's driving, right?
An historic day for millions of women and their families here in Saudi Arabia.
Women finally being given the green light to drive.
I'm very happy that this was issued, and I look forward to driving.
The move came by royal decree from King Salman, but this had the fingerprints of his son, the Crown Prince, and his Vision 2030 all over it.
Isn't that awesome?
That plan from Mohammed bin Salman is designed to reduce Saudi Arabia's dependence on oil,
Look at
create
that
non-oil jobs, and
refinery in the
boost
middle of the
economic
Oh
growth.
my gosh.
I think we realize that the transition will set you back initially a little bit. And the old adage, no pain, no gain, is very much at play. Anybody who thought that this is just a switch that will throw open has been misled, and I think the Saudi population is ready for the long haul.
Ultimately, there will be hungry Western venture capitalists who will want to buy out as much of Saudi Arabia as they can. And
oh, of course, yeah, big money will be all over it, right? It's incredible. See, this here's another tower. This is called the Diamond Tower. This is another pretty neat. Is it a concept? I think. Well, they're building it. They're building it, eh? So 432 meters tall, the Diamond Tower in Jeddah. Right. This is a really short kind of picture play type thing. Oh, no worries, Jason. You get her done, son. Yeah. Look at this. This is crazy. So there's no audio in this video, but I wonder what exactly. See the spiral thing? Is that like balconies, like outdoor? You know, what is that? Right? Could you imagine if the elevator went around in like a spiral? Woo! Get like sick, man. Oh God, that's funny. Pretty neat though. So they've started it. It's round. So round walls. It's a tall one too, guys. Like, oh yeah, I see. Oh, okay. Now I get it. So they'll be built out. Weird, eh? Built out a simulation crane. What's this about? Tower cranes. So
been done in accordance with the following criteria, being consistent with cycle time for typical floors, carnage analysis for typical floors, minimization of interfaces between formwork and construction equipment, timely erection for structural work on initial stage, climb externally until they reach levels 160 and 162 respectively. TC1 would dismantle TC2 and relocate it on the sky terrace.
They're gonna build each other up. So they got the platforms. That's crazy though. Could you imagine being at the top there in that tower crane? Jeez, man.
As the construction of the spire core proceeds, TC1 and TC2 will keep climbing internally to reach levels 199 and 243 respectively.
243 floors.
With the construction of the steel pinnacle ending at level 250, TC2 would have reached level 245.
How do you get that one down?
Wow. At the end of the construction process, dismantling sequence of all operational cranes will start. TC2 is to be dismantled by TC1, with the dismantled parts lowered down to platform at level 78, then down again to ground level by TC5.
Could you imagine that? Just the cranes. Like cranes. Just, it's amazing. Right? And don't forget, then they got to come back and seal these up. right?
TC1 will then
See,
install a
there'll be
small
all
lofting
this
jib
stuff,
crane,
right? See the
TCX
glazing,
type
all these little patches they'll have
HCL
to seal up,
160
right?
on the Sky Terrace. TCX in turn would dismantle TC1 into the platform at level 78, with the dismantled parts lowered down to ground level by TC5. At this stage, the installation of the derrick crane takes place on the Sky Terrace. This derrick crane will dismantle crane TCX into platform at level 78, then lowered down to ground level by TC5.
Pretty neat, eh? That's really neat, I think. Oh, this is the research center. This is King Abdullah Petroleum Studies and Research Center. Again, I'm not gonna show the whole video, just the beginning of it. It's cool. Check this thing out. It's a beauty. It's amazing. Right? It's pretty neat, eh? Look at it. It's huge too, right? So that's just all audio as well. Look at that hanging lights. This is built. This is done. Like, that's pretty wild, man. I love it. They got some weird, like, research stuff built here too. Oh, that's incredible. Wow, it's beautiful. That's a nice structure. And then, of course, we'll finish off the stream today with this is interesting here, eh? So, the Saudi Arabia announces new safety regulations following the Mecca crane tragedy. So there's a lot of cranes running in Saudi Arabia, like more than anywhere in the world probably, which would mean like you gotta like this right here. So after a huge crane collapse on the Grand Mosque in Makkah on September 11th, killing 111 people and injuring 238 others, mostly pilgrims. The CDD urged contractors to take a number of protective measures before operating tower cranes to avoid similar deadly accidents. They should also check the electricity cable attached to the crane and make sure no partial damage had occurred during operation. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, more safety regulations. Accidents happen, and these crane accidents, man, they're ugly, man. Yeah, they could be very dangerous. Like, look at this, man. The cab is completely up in the air. Like, wow, dude. That's crazy. But that's what happens. With a lot of building going on. It's going to be like that, right? There's going to be accidents. We don't want them, but they're going to happen. But like I was saying, man, with that many cranes running, you're going to need a lot of operators and a lot of riggers, and that's a lot of training. And yeah, I could see a lot of people being in there less experienced running cranes and stuff like that over there, right? So hopefully, they start, I don't know, attracting, just training guys, making sure guys are competent operators and riggers. You know what I mean? Before giving them the seat, right? So, anyways, guys, that was a good stream. I got through all the material, and yeah, it was a nice Sunday morning. I got a bunch of guys in, and yeah, I just can't thank you guys enough for popping in, man. Everybody, even Chef was in tonight just to check in. He's off fishing, but Chef Pete, nice to see you as well. Mr. Paul Peck, Travel Tube, of course. Mr. William Logan, Aaron Banks, Vince from VCG Construction, and of course, guys. You haven't subscribed to Vince yet, you got to get over to VCG Construction and get subscribed. The link is, you can go to his channel right out of the chat. All you can do is right click the name and go to channel. Same with Mr. Paul Peck Travel too. Get subscribed to him as well. And yeah, anybody who yeah, almost everybody here, we got creators everywhere. So get subscribed if you like construction. There's a lot of people in this community are involved in construction in some capacity, right? We had Hash Info was in today. William Logan, Aaron Beggs, Hash Info. We had a new person in the chat today. Aeology. I think it was like Aeology, right? So, a new subscriber, Michael Kimball, has joined the group. I don't know how I missed that notification, but welcome to the gang, Mr. Michael Kimball. Very cool. The subscriber count changed. Last donation, of course, your real estate whisperer, Christina, $20 donation. Thank you so much. Highest donation, Mr. Bullnut, still at the top, $50. That one's going to be a hard one to beat, guys. Sitting at 818 subscribers. Miss Patty Broussard, Hybrid Steel. Other creators, definitely get over there and check out their channels. Checkered Flags in the Air by Andrew H21. Eddie Smallhorn, who is Christina Smallhorn's hubby, and your real estate whisperer. Get over there and get subscribed. She's the top of my list on my homepage. Get over there and get subscribed. Brandon and Jason, Mr. Jason. Everybody, thank you so much for coming. It's always a pleasure having everybody here. And Sunday mornings is definitely my I look forward to this time. So you're very welcome, Vince. Thank you for coming, mister. And we're gonna see you guys all on the next one. Bye for now, guys. So I go